This video will show you how to use Bloom's Literature database for your critical paper. If you would like to learn how to use the Gale Literature Resource Center database, please watch the video with that in the title. So to get to the Bloom's Literature database, first you should start on the high school library website. And from there, right underneath this yellow button is an option for your critical paper. So if you click that link, it will take you to the page that's all about literary criticism and how to find it using the resources in the high school library. So if you scroll down, you'll see a few databases that we've decided are a priority for this particular project. There's the Gale Literature Resource Center, which I talk about in a different video. So if you want to learn how to use that, please find the appropriate video. This one, we're going to talk about Bloom's Literature Resource Center, Bloom's Literature, this one, number 2, right here. So if I just click that, it opens, and you'll see it looks a lot different than the Gale databases. But that's okay. You get a lot of similar sources. Some sources even live in both databases, but it just works a little bit differently. And then you might have a personal preference. So to start, I'm just going to search for a basic search right here at the very top. And I'm going to type in Catcher in the Rye, because that's the book that we're researching. And I'm going to type in Innocence, because that might be something that I'm researching for my paper. And I'm just going to hit enter. Now, this is an important distinction for this database. It gives you different categories right away of what the types of articles are. By default, it shows you reference first. And for a critical paper, you're really going to only use reference sources if you need to provide some background information. What I do want is literary criticism. So I'm going to go to the second option right here, criticism. And that shows 34 results that have the keywords Catcher in the Rye and Innocence. So I can just scroll down and see 34. It might sound like a little to some people, and it might sound like a lot to some other people, but it is a very manageable number to look at. So if I was scrolling down, reading some of the first few sentences of these articles, if I want to look at one, I just would open it up and see what I see. The difference between a basic search and an advanced search in this particular database involves the type of works that you end up finding. So if I click on search options and then click advanced search, I can enter my keywords and phrases, but then the biggest option here is the record types. So if I only want criticism, I don't even want to be distracted by the reference or the images or anything, I would click only criticism. And I might type in Catcher in the Rye. And if I use quotation marks, it keeps those words together as a key phrase. And I type the word and I add Innocence. So this is an advanced way to search using these quotation marks to keep phrases together. And then I just click search. And I got the same number of results as before, but you can see that it pushed me right to the criticism results. It didn't distract me with the reference results. So as I scroll down and I see, I don't know, let's see, this one, Holden Caulfield's Legacy, and I want to read that one. So I just open it up by clicking on the title, and here I am again, just as like in the Gale databases, the keywords that I have searched are highlighted in yellow. So Catcher in the Rye is there, and the word Innocence is also highlighted in this. If I want to save this article, I can either click download and it will download it as a PDF, or I can click print. Now you can't print from your Chromebooks, you know that, but I can pretend I'm going to print it, and then I get the option to save it to my Google Drive. save to Google Drive. And it will pull from Bloom's literature database. And remember that you can do a basic search, and then after you get your results, you can choose to go into the criticism section. Or if you do an advanced search, you can choose right up front that you only want criticism results. It's up to you. And as always, if you have questions, please just ask.